Hey guys, it is post-readathon Mel here, and I just wanted to insert this little clip to let you guys know that I have thought long and hard about whether or not to put up this vlog in light of the recent things surrounding the readathon. For those of you who are not members of the Book2Net community or who are not on top of what's been going on recently, weren't taking part in the reading rush, or for whatever reason don't know the full circumstances, I don't wish to go into a huge amount of detail. I will just say that the two hosts of the readathon did make some insensitive, not fantastic decisions around some of the ways that they conducted themselves during the readathon, and it's upset, rightfully so, a lot of people. Whether or not it was due to a readathon or just because I'm a reader, I had a really wonderful time during this last week reading and recording for this vlog, sharing my joy of this week with everyone, with the camera to share with everyone. And I've chosen to put this vlog up because I don't want the actions of other people to mean that I can't share my enjoyment of reading some great books with everyone. That is the decision that I've come to. I hope that everyone can understand where I'm coming from, and please do let me know if that is okay with people. I don't want to further cause pain and hurt for people by putting this vlog up. So because of that, I do want to say that I do mention that this vlog was originally created for the reading rush. I do mention the reading rush and the challenges that I am working towards quite frequently in this video. I also did consider changing that, but I don't feel like that would be genuine. I think everyone knows really what I was vlogging for and why I was reading so much last week. I'd like to also take this moment to say that although a lot of the furore has died down surrounding the actions of the police and of the government in the United States around the murder of George Floyd and the murder of Breonna Taylor, this is not something that happened in a vacuum, and it is not something that has finished. Given what happened last week with this readathon, I think it is worth mentioning that the perpetrators of those crimes have not been brought to justice. People of colour in America and Australia and other parts of the world still face systemic racism on a daily basis. This is not okay. These events did not happen in isolation. These events occurred because of systemic racism that exists in our society. I think that it's important to draw everyone's attention to that. I will be linking some information around what has been going on and what is still happening in the United States in the description below, and I will be linking some different websites where you can go to get involved, learn more, donate, all of that sort of thing. So please do look in the description for all that information. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this reading vlog. Good morning. It is day one of the reading rush. I am excited. So I decided for this reading rush, I'm going to just vlog for the whole week. Not really sure how I'd go with a daily vlog, so that's the plan. So it's Monday morning for me. I'm in Australia, so I'm a little bit ahead of a fair bit of the rest of you, but anyway, it is officially the reading rush for me. And I do have work today, I do have school, but it is student-free day. It means that it's a planning day for us teachers. The kids won't be there. So I'm not really sure with how much reading I'll actually get done throughout the day. As you know, I'm going to pop pumpkin heads in my laptop bag and take it to school with me to read outside of my house. It's about 10 to 8 now, so I don't really have to be there till about 8:30. because it's student free day. So I'm going to sit down for a little while with my coffee. And I'm going to read the 5th season. I'm so excited. I really, really want to read this book. Yeah. So that's my plan for the next probably about, really, 20 minutes, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to pop this in my laptop bag first, and then I'll check in with you guys a bit later. Hi again. So it's still Monday. It's about 9:30 in the evening. I got home from work probably about 4:30, and I watched a few YouTube videos, and then I did a little bit of reading of the 5th season and cooked dinner and whatnot, and I am just about to do some more reading of the 5th season. So here I am on my couch with my cat and my book. So I'll let you know what I think of it when I've read a bit more. I've read first 40 odd pages. I'll probably won't update again today, so I'll see you So it's Tuesday afternoon, and I have read this much of the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. So I'm between a third and halfway through the book, closer to halfway through the book. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's very different from anything I've read before, because it alternates between a second person present tense and a third person present tense, and I don't think I've ever read a book that is in I've read books in present tense. I don't know if I've ever read a book that is in second person before, and I've certainly never read a book that alternates between the two, so it's a little bit odd to read, but it's still a really interesting storyline. Some stuff I've just read that was quite brutal, which I wasn't expecting. So yeah, but overall I think it's a really great storyline. I'm still not really sure what's going on, but I'm hoping that becomes more apparent as the book continues. But yeah, I think she has a really interesting writing style, and it's definitely a very different storyline. It's quite a rare storyline, both in terms of storyline but also in terms of writing style, so I'm really enjoying that. I've read the first part of Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. That is here, it's in my laptop bag, but I won't be reading anymore until tomorrow now because I don't work on Tuesdays. Tomorrow I should be able to get some reading done. I'm not sure how Thursday, Friday are going to go because that is a new role to me. So it's going to be fairly busy trying to figure out the role. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just not sure how much time I'll have or how much headspace I'll have to really sit down and read. But I'll definitely get some done tomorrow. And like I said in my TBR video, I can go outside and read it on the weekend or something like that if I don't end up finishing it while I'm at school. So anyway, I have a few chores that I need to get done this afternoon. And I was thinking of also going for a walk. And I don't have any audiobooks that were included in this TBR. So I was kind of thinking, what am I going to do? Because that's time that I could spend reading and so on. But then I realised that the book Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid is the group book for the Reading Rush this year. So I downloaded that on my phone. So yeah, I'm going to go and do a few chores and listen to that audiobook. I believe it's 300 and something pages long. It is a 10-hour long audiobook. So not sure how much. I'm not sure whether I'll finish it this week, but I feel like I probably should be able to. That's really only a couple of hours a day, which I'm pretty sure I should be able to do. And this book is my thickest, obviously, 447 pages long, but I've still got quite a bit of today left. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I should be able to read some more this afternoon or this evening. And then the other books, I haven't actually checked how long my short stories are, but they're short stories, so they're not super long. And Pumpkinheads isn't really very long either. So I think that adding another book to my TBR should be fine. So there'll be 5 books for the Reading Rush. So wish me luck. Yeah, so anyway guys, I will check in with you all later. Hey guys, so I got home from work probably about an hour ago, and I've just been sitting here vegging out and watching some of your booktube videos, mostly Reading Rush vlogs, and yeah, I'm feeling really tired at the moment, which is often the case after work, but I do have some more reading that I want to do, but yeah, I'm just feeling tired, so I kind of just want to lie on the couch, and I might switch to the Such a Fun Age on my e-reader, because I downloaded it from the library as well as on my audiobook, so I might switch to that. I am really enjoying the 5th season, but e-readers are just easier to read when you're lying on the couch, and that's what I want to do right now. So that's what I'm going to do, but I do actually have to edit, well, I've edited it, I have to upload my video for today. Yeah, so I'll go and do that now, and then I will lie on the couch and read Such a Fun Age. I actually don't know where I'm up to, so I'll have to figure that out. I think Rowan and I are going to get some kind of takeout tonight, so that'll be good, because he's got Dungeons and Dragons later on. They're doing it online, and yeah, I'm just going to spend the evening lounging around and reading, and maybe watching a little bit of TV, depending on how I'm feeling. So I'll check in later. Bye. Hello. So it is around 10 o'clock at night, and I've been lying here on the couch reading Such a Fun Age in my e-reader, and I'm 63% read on the e-reader, so I think that's pretty good. But yeah, I'm just feeling really tired, and I'm done with reading for now, so I'm going to lie on the couch and watch some silly Netflix cooking show for a bit, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hello. So it is Friday afternoon. It's about 4:30-ish. I've probably been home from work for about an hour. I left work a little bit early today. Not super early, but a little bit early because my brain was mush, basically. I've just been chilling out and watching some of the Reading Rush vlogs. So thanks to all those people that have been making Reading Rush vlogs. I've really enjoyed watching you guys. So today I finished off Pumpkinheads. That means that I have finished the prompt for read a book completely outside of your house, and also the prompt for read a book out of your comfort zone, or a genre you've been wanting to read more of, because this is a graphic novel. I don't read that very often. And this evening I'm going to try and read the rest of the 5th season. I am 2/3 of the way through. I read a little bit more this morning. So I'm going to try and finish that tonight, which will mean that I have such a fun age to finish off over the weekend. And then also I need to start one of the short stories from How Long Until Black Future Month, and also I need to read the short story Red Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. So I'll be able to do that on the weekend. But for right now, I am going to actually film a tag video. I'm going to film the Racing to Read tag video, and then I think I might run down the road and get some red wine because I really feel like a glass of wine. And then I will sit with my wine and read the 5th season. So I'll check in with you guys later and let you know how I'm going with that. Hello. So here we are. It is Saturday at midday, and I finished the 5th season this morning. I was intending to try and finish this last night, but a friend of ours ended up coming round, and the boys usually play computer games on a Friday night, but we ended up playing a board game instead, which was really, really fun. So I didn't read very much more of this one last night, but I did finish it this morning. I put the bookmark back in the front, but it is finished. I'm kind of reeling from this book. I feel like I'm no closer to understanding what on earth is going on than I was at the beginning, even though some things have definitely fallen into place and there have been some questions answered. I now understand more about the characters and more about their motivation, but the overall story, I got no clue. So obviously I will have to quickly start reading The Obelisk Gate and this, I can't remember the last book, but the last book as well. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about this for the moment. I think I need to ruminate on it a little bit before I can really talk about it. So finished that one. As you know, I finished Pumpkinheads yesterday as well, and I'm probably about 60% through Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. I do have some editing to do today. I've got my 2 videos to put up today. So I've got my booktube one, which, as you know, is the Racing to Read tag. You would have seen that already. And you may have already also seen my parenting childcare one, which goes on my channel Growing Together. I will link both of those videos in the description below, as well as my Growing Together channel. So if you are a parent or an educator or a teacher and you're interested in getting someone else's perspective, then please go ahead and check that out, possibly subscribe. So I have to go and edit both of those because I haven't quite got around to editing either for this week, and then upload them obviously. And then this evening I have Dungeons and Dragons, which we are doing via Zoom. Yeah, that's the plan for now. I also have some housework to do, so I will probably listen to some of Such a Fun Age and try and get a fair bit of that read today so that I can read the 2 short stories tomorrow, which means that I will have read all the books for the reading rush. So this one covers the Birthstone book and a book that starts with the word birth. So that is that for now, and I'll check in with you later. Hey guys, so we played some D&D. It is about 10:15 this evening, and I think I'm just going to watch some YouTube for a bit and then probably go to bed. I'll check in with you tomorrow, which is the last day of the reading rush, so yeah, good night. Hey guys, it's Sunday afternoon around 2 o'clock. I finished Such a Fun Age this morning, and then I spent a fair bit of time chatting with my friend Rachel and hanging out with Rowan, and now I've come out to my front garden. I thought that I would lie down in the garden for a little while and read. So I still have yet to read the 2 short stories. So I have the Stephen King to read and the N.K. Jemisin to read. So that's what I'm going to do now. But I realised that I haven't actually told you guys a story about a bookish story. So I'm going to sit here with my coffee and tell you a bookish story. So I don't really have one particular bookish story about that time I met an author or had my book signed or anything like that. But I thought that I would kind of just, I guess, really express gratitude for my friends and my family, because I have surrounded myself throughout most of my life with fairly bookish people. People who love to read, people who love books. My father is an author, my grandfather is an author, my mum recently has begun writing, my sister has been writing on and off, my grandmother was an English and early childhood educator, so I've sort of been surrounded by bookish type of people since I was very young, and throughout my teenage years, my young adult years, I surrounded myself with a lot of readers as friends, and these days I also am surrounded by a lot of readers. As you have no doubt become aware, Rowan's not a huge reader, but he does still enjoy reading. He's just not as much of a reader as I am. A lot of friends of mine enjoy reading. A friend of mine is an author. She's obviously a big reader, and I have other friends who are big readers. I do also have my book into film club, which I've mentioned a few times on this channel. And the basic premise of that is that I kind of thought to myself, hey, you know, a lot of the movies that I really like are actually based on books. So let's have a combination of the two, and we can compare and contrast and so on. So for the last couple of years, I've had a book club / book into movie club. What we do is we select a book, we have about a month to read the book, and then we get together and we watch the movie and talk about it. It's been really fun. This year was supposed to be our year in classics, but as you can imagine, COVID kind of put the kibosh on that for a while. But we are meeting again in August. The next book we're going to be doing is Anne of Green Gables, and we're going to watch the most recent 2016, I think, movie adaptation of Anne of Green Gables, so I'm really excited about that. I love Anne, it's one of my favourite books, so yeah, not sure how much of a bookish story that is, but it's really important to me, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I am incredibly grateful for my parents who read to me as a young child, as you know from, I've mentioned this a few times, and read the Narnia Chronicles and the Lord of the Rings books to me when I was very young, so that's where my love of fantasy came from. And then also my two very, very, very close friends, Max and Rachel, are huge readers, and I was introduced to two of my favourite series ever, which I mentioned in my favourite series video. So the Robin Hobb Elderling series and the L'Oreal King Mira Russell series are two series that I was introduced to by Max and Rachel, and I'm so grateful to them for introducing me to those books and so many other books. We have very similar tastes, and that's been a really amazing journey to go on with them and to discover books and to talk about books and just enjoy books and reading. When I was younger at university, the first time around in my 20s, I lived with quite a few readers, in particular my friend Alison, who I've recently been reconnecting with again through books, so I'm really grateful to her. She's introduced me to a bunch of really great authors and books as well. She and I have incredibly similar tastes as well, so I really trust her taste. My friend Myshelf, we worked together, so we bonded through work, but we bonded more particularly through our love of books and reading. We have very different tastes, but it's been a really fantastic journey getting to know books with her, and sort of reading differently because of her. I feel like I've really broadened my horizons since knowing Myshelf. And I mean, the list goes on. I could talk about so many people when it comes to me and my love of reading, and I feel very blessed because of that. I do also want to mention my friend Richard, who I haven't seen for years and years because he lives in the UK, but he and I also have very similar taste in books, and we have shared a lot of books together and a lot of joy of reading books together. One particular experience that we had was waiting in line till midnight for the release of, I think it must have been the Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Can't remember what bookstore it was. I believe it was Waterstones, and I believe it was somewhere in Angel, Islington in London, and we just had a really great night. That was super fun, and yeah, he and I have always really enjoyed chatting about books together. So thank you to all those people. You're all amazing, and I feel really blessed to have you in my life. And yeah, all of my lovely booktube friends who I've met over the last not even a year. You guys are amazing, and I just feel so grateful to be part of this community, to have people I can talk to about books and buddy read with, and yeah, and just enjoy this whole booktube community and experience with. So thank you to those people. I mean, there's so many of you, been really great people to chat to, and to be inspired by and to be impressed by, and yeah, I just really appreciate all of them, and I really appreciate all of the booktubers that I watch. And like I said, I could go on for ages and ages about every single one of those people, but I won't, because that's crazy. That will end my story, what there was of it. I'm going to lie down in my garden right now and do some reading. It is 2 in the afternoon, like I said. It's starting to get a bit chilly, so I don't know how long I'll be out here for, or I might move back. I can see the back garden's a bit sunnier, but we will see. But in the meantime, I thought I'd film myself reading in a different location. So I'll talk to you a bit later. So I talked about the fact that I finished Such a Fun Age the other day, but I didn't really talk about what I felt about it. So let me do so now. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought that it was really well written. I thought that it was very interesting. I thought that the characters were great. Definitely recommend. I think that it's fantastic. I think that there have been other people on the Book2Net who have done a much better job at talking about some of the reasons why this book is so spectacular. I will link their channels in the description below, so please go and check them out. But I will just say that I found the conversation around racism and around performative activism and the idea of I can't be racist because I have a friend who's black, or I can't be racist, I date black women, or whatever it might be, but then still using your apparent lack of racism as proof of how progressive you are. That was a really interesting conversation in the book, and it was really interesting to me how, despite the fact that I really didn't like the behaviour that was exhibited by either of the two main supporting characters, if that makes sense, I could feel for them nonetheless, which is a little bit distressing because their behaviour was really not okay, and they were racist, but they were the types of racist that is allowed in our society because it is, to borrow from White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo, it is not because they are a horrible, evil, incarnate person. They are decent humans who are trying to do the best they can and trying to live a successful life, who are benefiting from racism, who are inhabiting white privilege, but are entirely unaware of it and entirely unaware of the actions that how the actions that they take, that they think is proof of their anti-racism, is in fact racism. So that was quite confronting in a lot of ways, because it really made me have to think about, as a white woman, I benefit from white supremacy, and so are my motives good, is basically what the book confronts you to ask as a white person, is what I found anyway. Yeah, so it was confronting, but it was really great nonetheless, and it was interesting to read it from a from a fiction perspective, because, as I said, as you know, I have read both White Rage and White Fragility, and both of those books talk about that, but they talk about that from a non-fiction perspective, whereas this is from a fiction perspective. So telling the story of showing the story of how that can actually happen in effect in someone's life. And yeah, that was just really interesting. So I highly recommend Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. It is just really well written, and even though there is that really interesting and intense message, it is still written in a really great storytelling way. It's still an interesting story, it's still an enjoyable read. The characters are well fleshed out, and like I said, I found myself not hating those characters because they were just people trying to live their lives and trying to navigate the same social and emotional and cultural situations that we all try to navigate. Yeah, so I thought it was really interesting, and like I said, definitely recommend. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.